The Prime Minister of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus has resigned. Kalyoncu stepped down a day after a coalition party withdrew its support from the government. The National Unity Party accused the Prime Minister of not doing enough for the economy. The President is now going to meet with other party leaders to try to form a new government. Joining me now is Andrew Hopkins. He's got more on this story from Ankara. Andrew, tell us more about why this has come about exactly.
Well, as you just mentioned, Sally, this has all got a lot to do with money. In the past few months, the Turkish Cypriot government has been run by a coalition. The largest party is the Republican Turkish Party, and the smaller partner is the National Unity Party, and they've been disagreeing over the payment of civil servant salaries. The government there says it doesn't have enough money to pay for the salaries for the month of March and is proposing to pay those salaries in instalments. Now, the junior partner disagrees with this, and that's why it's withdrawn its ministers from the government and has provoked this political crisis now. But there's also another issue that's going on in the background of this, and that is a brand new water pipeline that has been built from the Turkish mainland to Turkish Cyprus. There's disagreement between the Turkish government and the Turkish Cypriot government over how that pipeline is operated. The Turkish government wants to put the operation out to private tender. The Turkish Cypriot government wants to run the pipeline itself and collect the proceeds from that. And while this disagreement is going on, the Turkish government has been withholding some financial aid to the Turkish Cypriot government. And of course, the Turkish Cypriot government needs that money to pay these salaries.
Now, what about the reunification talks later this year? How is this all going to affect that?
It's difficult to say exactly how it will affect them right now. There is a lot of optimism, of course, that this year there could be a deal, and that optimism is mainly based on the fact that the two presidents on either side of the border have a very close personal relationship. They socialise. They were pictured on stage at the World Economic Forum in Davos earlier this year, where they shook hands. Now, the position of the Turkish Cypriot president, Mustafa Akunca, his position won't be affected by this political crisis at the moment. He was elected in a direct election last year on a platform to find a solution to end the divide on Cyprus. So he will be keeping his job at the moment. He will be carrying on with those negotiations. But where this may cause problems for those talks is if there's no government to back him up, or if the National Assembly in Turkish Cyprus can't come to some kind of agreement. So if the president is trying to push those negotiations forward, where is he going to get that support? How is he going to get the other politicians backing him when he's trying to reach that final agreement?
OK, so I suppose time will tell. Thank you, Andrew, very much for that. Andrew Hopkins there in Ankara.